Hello, thanks for watching my views and news. It's good to be with you. Three news stories. First one is about Getachew Reda, Tigray interim president, who has delivered a speech and he talked about Tigray's enemies. What did he say about Tigray's enemies? Tigray's enemies should not be allowed to reunite. That is what he said, and some other things too. Secondly, Fano fighters have killed several people in the last 72 hours. Some Prosperity Party members, militia members, some checkpoints have been established by Fano fighters in a town of the Amhara region. Thirdly, Melem Alem is Ethiopian Foreign Ministry spokesperson, and yesterday he tried to clarify the speech made by Ethiopian PM Abiy more than 3 weeks ago when the Prime Minister spoke about access to the Red Sea. What did Melem Alem say? Firstly, viewers, Getachew Reda is Tigray interim president. We have been discussing different scenarios in case of Ethiopia, Eritrea face off over a support. What will Tigray do? Does Tigray have appetite for a new war? Can Tigray afford a new war? What will Tigray do? We have been discussing that. Getachew at a meeting, at a gathering, spoke about Tigray's enemies. What did he say? What did he mean? Getachew was addressing a gathering of Central Zone people's representatives. And there, firstly, he talked about interim government. He said interim government is the result of Pretoria deal. Elected government had to go because that is what had to be agreed in Pretoria deal. So interim transitional government was set up. So it's not by choice. Tigray had to agree to it, firstly. Secondly, he talked about unity. He said that we should be united. We should unite. In fighting will damage. It will be damaging. It will hurt all of us. Thirdly, he talked about Eritrea. He said Eritrea is refusing to leave Tigray territories. And lastly, very importantly, he talked about Tigray's enemies without naming anyone. He said we should not allow Tigray's enemies to reunite. They are fighting. If we can accelerate their demise, we must contribute. So, who is Tigray's enemy? Those forces which jointly fought against Tigray can be termed as Tigray's enemies. Amhara region-based groups, Fano, ASF, Eritrean military, and Abiy as well. Abiy's Ethiopian National Defense Force all join hands to fight against Tigray forces. They are fighting now. There is fight between Ethiopian National Defense Force and Fano fighters in the Amhara region. There is tension between Ethiopian government and Eritrean government. So all these groups were part of the war against Tigray. Getachew implied that Tigray would participate in these conflicts to support the demise, the death of these parties, not to make the parties stronger. So, if it means that in case of a prolonged Amhara, Fano versus ENDF conflict, or in case of Ethiopian government versus Eritrean government face off, Tigray will play its role to weaken these parties. That is what is clear now from Getachew's talk, that Tigray it won't play a role of mediation. It won't mediate between Abiy and Isaias. It won't mediate between Amhara, Fano and Ethiopian National Defense Force. It would like these groups to fight, to continue the fight and kill each other. So it will take sides. I think time has not come so far for Ethiopian PM Abiy to seek full-scale support from Tigray. ENDF is conducting operations in the Amhara region. ENDF is a big force. I don't think it is facing any shortage of manpower, though ENDF is facing challenge in terms of crushing Fano, but ENDF is not in need of TDF now. Same is the case with Ethiopian detention. It's not that PM Abiy is in immediate need of TDF support to wage war on Eritrea. No. So he might need TDF support, Tigray general support in future. If he asks Tigray to participate, Tigray will participate. In what form? That remains to be seen. Direct, indirect, open, discreet, that we'll see. So far, Getachew's talk has made it clear that Tigray wants revenge directly or through backing, fueling conflicts, or through taking sides in the ongoing conflicts among those parties which jointly waged war on Eritrea. Secondly, viewers, Fano fighters have carried out several attacks in the last 48 hours. People killed, Prosperity Party members, militia members, police members, while government says, Lagasse Toro just 2 days ago said that things were returning to normalcy in the region. But in Dejan, 5 government officials were killed. A week ago, 5 Avi zone officials were killed near Talili in an attack by Fano fighters. In Dejan, if you remember, in July, Dejan police chief and deputy chief were assassinated by Fano fighters. Dejan is in Gojam, I think is in East Gojam. Secondly, Masha town of South Wollo, where there was no Ethiopian National Defense Force, Fano fighters entered there. They knew ENDF was not there. They stormed the city. They were fighting in the city. Police militia members died. Around 5 casualties are being confirmed on police militia side. Fano fighters took control of Masha town in Magdala district of South Wollo. Thirdly, Dilanta, Tere, where Colonel Mohabao, Fantahun Mohabao's Fano group is operating. Here, Fano group is getting so stronger that it has established checkpoints. Police militia members have fled Tere. In Dilanta, there is Tere. Dilanta is a Reda. In Dilanta, there is Tere, and Tere's checkpoints have been established by Fano fighters. Vehicles are being checked. In Gojam, we know that Fano fighters are collecting, they're levying toll tax. Toll tax could be levied in other parts of the Amhara region too by Fano fighters. Lastly, Meravi. Intense fighting in Meravi for the last 3 days. Meravi close to Bahirdar. On Bahirdar to Avi zone road. Fano fighters managed to storm the town once again, and they entered, they took control of town. Later, ENDF reinforcements arrived, and this morning heavy fighting went on in Meravi, close to Bahirdar. In several other towns, cities too, there was a clash between military and Fano, but these are 4 main incidents which I want to share with you to give you an understanding of the overall situation in the Amhara region. Last was Melem Alem, is Ethiopian Foreign Ministry spokesperson. He tried to clarify about PM Abiy's Red Sea speech, which he delivered a few weeks ago. Melem Alem said that PM Abiy's remarks were misinterpreted, taken out of a context, quoted out of a context. PM Abiy did not announce to wage war on any country. He said if from Antarctica countries can come to the Red Sea, why can't Ethiopia gain access to the Red Sea? I don't know which country from Antarctica has come to the Red Sea. Maybe he wanted to say Atlantic Ocean or Arctic Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Sea, maybe that is what he meant. But state media has reported the word Antarctica, that countries from Antarctica have gained access to the Red Sea, but so Ethiopia has the right to, which is just a few kilometers away from. I think he meant to say maybe Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, that US and European countries from Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, they have arrived here. So why can't Ethiopia gain access to the Red Sea? We must differentiate that these countries which have arrived and they have access to the Red Sea, they have signed agreements with Djibouti, other countries, they have their bases there. Ethiopia wants unconditional access. It wants territory too, it wants full rights, which no neighboring country is ready to give to Ethiopia. So this is the differentiation, this thing must be differentiated. Ethiopia already using Djibouti's ports. Djibouti ready to accommodate Ethiopia, but Djibouti does not want to sell its land to Ethiopia. Eritrea said the same too. Somalia, silent, but Somalia rejected PM Abiy's statement about access to the Red Sea. Somaliland, Ethiopia could not honor its commitment regarding investment in the building of Berbera port. Due to war in Tigray, Ethiopia could not honor the commitment. It could not invest money in the construction of Berbera. UAE built Berbera. Now UAE and Somaliland are stakeholders. Now Ethiopia looking for other options, trying to use pressure as well as a tactic. Thank you for watching.